You want to know why I pour into people that people think are shitty? I'm alive because I was shitty for 34 years and people poured into me anyways.
You really? Do you think so?
I was one of the biggest emotionally abusing, narcissistic tendencies people ever because I did no work, didn't acknowledge my trauma, and I projected it out on everybody.
This is post-military?
Post-military, pre-healing.
So in your healing, you kind of put stock more into poor me kind of thing attitude, or what would it be?
It was the only way I'm going to be happy is if I make as much money as possible, and I don't care if I steal it from you, break you down, your soul, screw you over, lie to you, cheat on you, steal from you. I'm not a saint by any means.
Then.
No. But I know how to make things right. And I know who I want to be as a man.
When did that go off for you?
After my son was born. It was always there. Mm-hmm. But to hold something, to have something that like is fully surrendered and trusting, that demands all of you, that breaks down any wall that you'll ever have up.
Oh, I know.
And you know. Because I know your son,
yeah.
I love seeing you as a father and your daughter and your family. Like, because people see like people, right? Like, that's what it boils down to. And it's just about choosing to do it right when you can. And so, yeah, it's not easy. Like, it's not like, oh, I'm so glad this person fucked me over. Let me try to find the benefit. But like, I've probably read Viktor Frankl's A Man's Search for Meaning 100 times. I've studied Vedanta and philosophy and consciousness and Buddhism, and I'm a personal development coach and a teacher, and I do plant medicine. I've done cognitive behavioral therapy, eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, cognitive processing therapy. I've been and I've danced in kind of all of it. And at the end of the day, I can summarize with that Mike Tyson video I send you every single time.
You love that.
I've sent that video out thousands of times because he's one of the wisest men post-healing and post-plant medicine. That dude is walking wisdom. You don't get to grow up in a life that makes the devil find heart and love and not be one of the wisest people that are on this planet.
He's lived such a life.
When you grow a life where your entire purpose is killing people and then you heal and turn that into loving people, that's where people learn when you pay attention. And he interviewed Sadhgurus and some other stuff. He was just talking to this one young guy, and the guy was so proud of himself because he made money, he stepped out of the game, but he was talking about he was cutting all these people out of his life, and Mike just checked him. And he's like, oh no, you lost because the devil changed you.
Yeah. And
it just like cut me. And it was that video that made it all made sense. I found that video 3 years ago.
Wow. That soon, huh?
I've watched it every morning, every night, every time I wonder and every time I struggle, because at the end of the day, all I have control over is me. And if you've said something, if you've done something, if anybody has, and it changes my behavior, I'm losing.
Yeah, they win.
They win. And the reason I'm here is because when I was an asshole, when I was mean, when I made bad decisions, those people didn't let me change them. And that's the example I saw that made me want to be better.
Damn. I'm thinking, where can I go with this? Because there's so much more that I can tap in with you, George. I'm going to have to like totally change the picture, because I want to make sure that the fans that are watching this know that what you've done in categories on your life. You've been to the top and you've hit the reset button after being on Mount Everest, where people strive to get to. You have gone, okay, done that, on to the next. I can relate to that in so many ways.
That's why we love each other.
It's great.
You're like, welcome to my washing machine. I'm like, Flex, your washing machine is my washing machine.
As for most people who know me, probably a lot of the things that I don't post on social media, I obsess with things until I know about it. And then I'm like, okay, I know now. And I've trained to the best of that. Let's take fishing. I grew up fishing. When I was in Florida, I fished every single day, twice a day, got obsessed with it, fished with the best in the world, the Bass Pro Shop people. I didn't post this nonsense, none of this. I still love fishing to death, but because I got there, I was like, okay, let me find something else to obsess with. But this is not my podcast.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I'm interviewing you, but With that said, where did you all of a sudden one day think, I want to set the world record for box jumps? Where the f did that come from?
Everything in my life is an accident, man. Everything. And I say that knowing it's not, but in a way it is.
But you set the world record. It's been broken, right?
I tied the world. Oh, it's been broken since.
Okay.
Now it is astronomically unachievable.
Okay.
Some 5'10.5" mutant can fly.
But what if it's not done in height?
It's done in height, but it's not in relation to your height. It's just a steady, standing, static box jump, irregardless of your height.
Okay.
So here's how it happened.
Fly.
So 2004, 2005, almost lose my legs.
Yeah.
Have the surgeries, end up sticking in the Marine Corps. They tell me I'm not going to walk again. I make a full recovery. The surgeon tells me, you're only going to be able to use your legs for about 7 to 10 years. And then if you keep going, you're not going to be able to use them. I didn't tell my work that. My physical therapist wrote, I made a full recovery. I was with her every day for a year, you know?
She wrote that out for you.
Mm-hmm. So because I was in the military, I didn't have a choice but to go to PT. It was required. 8 hours a day.
8.
So as soon as I recovered from that last surgery, my full-time job was PT. So I'd be in there 2-3 hours a day. She'd send me out, exercises, do this. So we literally flex muscle by muscle, piece by piece, rebuilt every ounce of my legs to relearn feeling and proprioception. So I literally would stand on an isolated Bosu ball and throw a ball at a trampoline while bouncing back and forth for hours a day. So the level of awareness that I have about my legs, the flexibility, the mobility, all of it. The baseline is something that most people will never achieve. And just in my calves. And my calves were already big.
They're pretty big.
I know. But I
know.
After that was it. And I didn't think much of it. I just went back to being a Marine. And what happened with my legs was that the more I used them, the better they felt. And the less I used them, the worse they hurt. And so it made me get addicted to working out again. But I wasn't lifting. I was just doing like fitness. I was a Marine, so I'm leading Marine, so I'm running.
I'm running already. Back to running.
Well, she got me running on the 11th month because in order to stay in the military, I had to pass a physical fitness test on the 12th month, which meant I had to do 20 pull-ups, easy, 100 crunches, easy, but I had to run 3 miles in under 28 minutes, and I hadn't walked. I made it 27:45.
Thank you for watching this segment. Check out the full interview on iTunes, Spotify, or YouTube. Help us by subscribing, leave a like, comment, or a positive review. Click this to see what YouTube recommends, and this to see the full interview. See you on the next one. Out.